The relationship between Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, the lead singer of the grunge band Hole, captivated the world's imagination in the early 1990s. It was one of the most talked about relationships in rock music during that era. However, their relationship tragically came to an end with Kurt's death in 1994 at the age of 27. His first and only daughter was only 1 year and a half at that time. How does she look today? What does she do? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified as I upload a new video. Let's go on. Kurt Cobain is one of the most influential alternative rock musicians of all time. He was often regarded as the voice of his generation. However, his childhood was far from easy. His parents divorced when he was 9 years old. This event had a profound effect on his life, and his mother noted that his personality changed dramatically. After his parents' divorce, Kurt Cobain initially lived with his father, who later remarried. However, on June 28, 1979, Cobain's mother granted full custody to his father, and he moved to live with her. Cobain's mother dated a man who was abusive. Cobain witnessed the domestic violence inflicted upon her, with one incident resulting in her being hospitalized with a broken arm. As a teenager, he moved between various relatives' houses, stayed with friends' parents, and occasionally slept under bridges while he began to use drugs and take part in petty vandalism as forms of teenage rebellion. Cobain developed an interest in music at a young age. According to his Aunt Mary, he began singing at the age of 2. At age 4, he started playing the piano and singing. In the mid-1980s, he began to play with members of the local sludge rock band the Melvins. And in 1987, he formed Nirvana with Chris Novoselic and Aaron Burkhardt. Nirvana found global success with Smells Like Teen Spirit, from their critically acclaimed second album, Nevermind, in 1991. As for his personal life, Cobain didn't have many relationships as he was fully focused on his career. However, one notable early relationship was with Tracy Marander, whom he dated in the late 1980s. Marander is often credited with providing support and stability during a crucial period of Cobain's life. They lived together in an apartment in Olympia, Washington, and Mirander's financial contributions helped sustain Cobain while he focused on his music. Eventually, their relationship came to an end, and Cobain went on to have other romantic involvements before meeting Courtney Love. The exact date of when Cobain and Love first met remains uncertain. Various reports have suggested different scenarios. Some claim that they formally met on January 12, 1990, at a nightclub in Portland, Seattle. Others assert that they met at a Dharma Bums gig in early 1989, where Nirvana was the opening act. In any case, Cobain had heard of Love through her role in the 1987 film Straight to Hell, and Love had been aware of Cobain's association with Nirvana before the two were formally introduced. Cobain apparently broke off a number of planned dates and even ignored phone calls from Love for a while. He said, "I was determined to be a bachelor for a few months, but I knew I liked Courtney so much right away that it was a really hard struggle to stay away from her for so many months." Not long after making things official, Love found out she was pregnant. The pair decided to get married. They got married on February 24th on Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, Kauai. Kurt famously wore his pajamas to the wedding ceremony, while Love donned a white lace and satin gown. The wedding was attended by only 8 guests, one of whom was Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl. The early days of the couple's relationship were marred by mutual drug use. Both had attempted to get clean. Cobain went on a binge shortly after their marriage, and Love struggled to stop using heroin. Their drug use was widely known and would create difficulties upon their child's birth. On August 18, 1992, Love gave birth to the couple's only child, Frances Bean Cobain. They had a happy life for a while. However, 2 weeks after the birth, the child welfare officers took their daughter away from them after Courtney claimed during her Vanity Fair interview that she was using heroin while pregnant with Frances. However, The custody of Frances was temporarily awarded to Love's sister Jamie before Cobain and Love would soon pass drug tests and reclaim custody of their daughter. On March 18, 1994, Cobain was hospitalized in Rome after overdosing and slipping into a coma in what was later characterized as a failed suicide attempt. Cobain entered a rehab facility in Los Angeles on March 30th. Unfortunately, that was the last day he saw his daughter. The next day, Cobain hopped the facility's fence, caught a plane to Seattle, and returned to his house. Armed with heroin and a shotgun, Cobain took his own life on April 5th. It was the tragic end to Love and Cobain's brief marriage. After the death of her father, Frances split her time between Seattle and Los Angeles. She was under her grandmother's watch after Courtney Love was arrested for drugs in 2003, including a drug overdose on painkillers. As soon as Frances turned 18 years old, she has regularly received about $100,000 monthly for the rights, investment dividends, and royalties of Kurt's work of art. Living with $100,000 monthly is definitely more than enough for most people. However, Frances admitted that there were times that the said amount is not enough. She sometimes overspent twice as much as the month due to her lavish lifestyle. It did not help that she is also struggling with substance abuse at the time. Frances admitted that the way her parents lived their lives affected how she lives her life as well. Since she was the only child of the Nirvana frontman, she was the automatic heiress to his massive estate. Frances inherited a massive amount of money. In fact, as soon as she reached 30 years old last year, she became entitled to a trust fund worth $200 million. In an attempt to escape the rock star lifestyle she was born in, Frances took on modeling, art, and other ventures. She started modeling in 2006 for LUK, wearing Kurt Cobain's old brown cardigan and pajama bottoms. She has developed also a passion for painting and visual arts. She shares her arts on her public Instagram. Frances has embraced her own artistic path. Her artwork showcases a unique and distinctive style. The 30-year-old has continued her dad's creative legacy through art, but she's also tried her hand at music, posting snippets of her own songs, including one she wrote to honor her dad titled Angel. Frances and her mother have famously had a rocky relationship, but they seem to be rebuilding their bond in recent years. Frances said, "When my mom is on a right and healthy path, she is one of the most fulfilling, beautiful, intelligent, and kind people I ever met." In January 2022, in an Instagram post, Frances revealed that she was dating Riley Hawk, the son of skateboarding legend Tony Hawk. In her post, she shared an adorable photo of Riley holding a dog at Christmas, along with a photo of the pair cuddling while on a boat with Riley's parents. Most recently, Frances paid tribute to her father on her Instagram. She remembered him by making a post in the 29th anniversary of his death. She wrote, "You are loved and you are missed. Thank you for giving me the gift of life. Forever your daughter." Despite Kurt Cobain leaving when she was only a year and a half old, Frances still carries vivid memories of him, as if he had never departed. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video and want more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up below in appreciation. And if you haven't already, you really want to subscribe to my channel and take the bell icon so you get notified as I upload a new video every week. See you in the next video.